What's up, Grayson Report? Oh, I forgot to turn the sound off on my tablet. Sorry, guys. What's up, Grayson Report? As I was saying, how is everyone doing? Because I use my tablet as my second screen. So what is up, Tammy D Nice, Heather Whatever, Diane, Delia Lux, Chris Barber, Carbonize, Cheryl, Tickle Tits. Thank you for being a member of the Wolf Pack for 5 months. Happy Saturday, y'all. Bernadette, what's up? How's everyone's Saturday going so far? Or weekend, I should say, going so far? I saw on TikTok a lot of people are having some cool weather. Heather, whatever goes, I sure can't whine about how cold I am, but not that cold. Carbonized played Jumanji with the fam, died laughing good. Oh, that's cool. That is super cool. Tammy goes cold here. I think it's cold everywhere. It's this different shade of cold. Wherever you go, some places colder than others. Tico Tits goes, it's cold, but not put sweater on my dog cold. Gunner girl, what's up? Heather, whatever goes, I think the duck got cold. The duck is behind me somewhere, guys. And just remind me, I will reveal its location. And if you were on my last stream, you know what. Sorry, there's a pop-up that popped up on my screen. I was like, what the heck? You guys know what Skeleduck looks like now, so just remind me at the end of the stream. I will reveal his location in every stream. I move him and I hide him behind me. Thanks to D Nice. Carbonize goes, it's just under -4. Oh, that's cold. Chris goes, cold is in 13 wind chill. Wind chill. Chris sees the duck. I thought I put it in a good place too. I should have left it where I had it hidden. Dang, Carbonize. I hope you have a good heater. Diane sees the duck as well. Just remind me, guys, and that toward the end of the stream, I will reveal his location. I've been wanting to get another Skeleduck, but I can't find one. To get Skeleduck a brother or something. Tico Tits goes, my ex says it's -27 wind chill at his. Whoa! Carbonize goes, yeah, Canada threw winter at us with 1 day to prepare. Whoa. That's terrible. Heather Salvatore, what's up? Heather does not know what the duck looks like. I should take a picture of it. I'm going to take a picture of it next time and I'll be like. Thank you, Heather Salvatore, for your PayPal the other day. I appreciate it. Hearts for Heather Salvatore. Carbonize goes, we went from -15 to -50 in 2 days. That's cold. That is super cold. Hopefully, Carbonize, you have a working heater. I would die. Like, I don't have a heater in my house, so it's like I'd be dying over there. I wouldn't either. So, guys, have any of you seen any interesting movies this past weekend or anything? I don't think I've seen. Did I watch anything? No, I've been watching documentaries. I'm watching that documentary on where is it? On Max on the Natalie Grace. I'm not sure if you guys heard of that. I'm almost finished with it. Bernadette goes, it's -7 degrees Fahrenheit in Colorado. My cut glass right now. Oh. Heather, whatever's been watching old Alfred Hitchcock movies. That sounds cool. I heard, did you guys, I don't know if you guys are a fan of 28 Days Later. You know what? Let me find an article for that. I don't know if you guys are a fan of 28 Days Later, but that movie made me a fan of zombies. And they announced, actually, I'm going to start off with that. They announced that it's in development as a sequel. Wait, hold on, guys. Hold on. Heather Salvatore, thank you for your PayPal. You're awesome. Hearts for Heather Salvatore. Salvatore. Trying to say it right. Thank you. Tyrana, what's up? Carbonized made a big prime roast dinner for the fam. Needs some warm up food. Oh, that's I don't eat meat, but usually a big comfort meal like that is the greatest when it's warm. Or I mean cold, I'm sorry. Jen's been binge watching Star Trek Discovery before I get into the 28 Days Later thing. So this article's from IGN. I'm gonna start. I wasn't gonna share this, but it reminded me right now. This one's from IGN, and it's about 28 Days Later, and this is the movie that, well, now it says 28 years later in development as sequel to beloved zombie classic, and it could be a trilogy. Reports Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are reunited for 28 Days Later sequel that could launch in a trilogy. And this movie, guys, I became a fan. This was even before, The Walking Dead. I became a fan of zombies because of this movie. I never really was a fan of zombies until I saw this movie. So more than 20 years after its original release, 28 Days Later appears to finally be in line for a sequel. And this this actor right here, I had no idea who he was, and I've seen him in so many movies, and I was looking him up. I don't know when I was looking him up. I go, that's him? Like that's he. I don't recognize him I didn't recognize him as that dude in this film, so it's crazy. Appears to be finally in line for a sequel. THR reports that Danny Boyle and Alex Garland, who directed the original 28 Days Later, are teaming up to make 28 Years Later. If it's successful, it could even be the start of a trilogy. So they're waiting to see. They're going to make the 28 Years Later, and if it gets enough hype, they're going to make it a trilogy. So that sounds kind of cool. IGN has reached out to Boyle and Garland's representatives for a comment. Originally released back in 2002. I'm so used to saying 20. 28 Days Later was one of the first movies to portray. Thank you, Heather Salvatore, for your gifted memberships. Hearts for Heather Salvatore. Thank you, Heather. Welcome, Delea, Lux, Aaron Cooper, Panda Bear, NJS55, Eastern Arkansas Transparency, Alistair, Wendy Marino, Project Metal Music, Ozzy Buster, and Phil Hoffman. Some of you are welcome back into the Wolfpack. Some of you are new members. Welcome. Hearts for all the new members and Heather Salvatore. Thank you, Heather. You're awesome. zombies not as shambling corpses, but as fast, deadly, and terrifying. We call it one of the best zombie movies of all time. Back in 2023, as well as one of the 31 best modern horror movies. 28 Days Later received a sequel titled 28 Weeks Later in 2007, which is funny because that's the one I saw first. And it has been the subject of a number of comic books. Rumors of another sequel, possibly titled 28 Months Later, have been circulating since at least 2015, but nothing has come of them until now. According to THR, Boyle and Garland are set to shop the concept 28 years later to studios, streamers, and other potential buyers later this week. Boyle is reportedly attached to direct the first movie, with Garland writing the full trilogy if it ultimately becomes a reality. The film's main inspiration is said to be Mad Max Fury Road, which successfully revived the series back in 2015 and is set to have a prequel soon. If it's greenlit, it's unclear when 28 years later will ultimately be released, but will continue to provide updates as its development progresses. In the meantime, check out all the biggest movies coming out in 2024, and they are quite a few, considering I wasn't thinking there was quite a few because of the writer strike, but there is. So, guys, what do you have? Are any of you guys a fan of 28 Days Later or 28 Weeks Later? I always go 28 Days Later because that's the one I remember. I'm excited. I hope it gets greenlit. And we also found out that David Gordon Green dropped out of the Exorcist sequel. That he did Exorcist Believer, but he dropped out of the next pop-up, sorry. He dropped out. I forgot what the name of it is, but he dropped out of it. Hold on, that way I know I can. I saw it. I actually thought it was going to be worse than it was, and it wasn't that bad. So, but maybe since I'm going on the movie streak, we'll start off with that. Since I mentioned it, I might as well give you the right deets. Well, this one's from the Hollywood Reporter. David Gordon Green departing 2025 Exorcist sequel. Search underway for new director. The Exorcist Deceiver is being taken off Universal's release calendar for now. So he directed Exorcist Believer. I'm not sure if any of y'all seen it. I saw it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was because of the Halloween debacle. So I gave it a chance. It actually wasn't that bad. There were some things in it that I did not like that, typically during an exorcism, there are rules to an exorcism. And in every exorcism movie, it usually follows those rules. This one kind of went kiltered a bit, but it wasn't bad. The rebooted Exorcist franchise has hit another dramatic crossroad as Universal and Blumhouse search for a new director. David Gordon Green is departing the sequel to The Exorcist Deceiver as he focuses on his production of Nutcrackers, starring Ben Stiller, as well as season 4 of HBO's The Righteous Gemstones. The Exorcist Deceiver was set to hit theaters on April 18th, 2025, but is now unset. Instead, Universal will use that date to handle the international rollout of Lionsgate's Anton Fuqua directed Michael Jackson biopic Michael. Oh, I heard about that one. And I probably butchered Antoine. I butchered his name. Last year, Green's The Exorcist Believer was a major disappointment at the box office. Universal shelled out a huge $400 million for rights to the iconic horror franchise and planned a trilogy of films. Believer topped out at $136.2 million globally, including just $65.5 million domestically. Of course, you don't mess with the original, as Sidney says in Scream. Ahead of its release, Green himself cast doubts on his return. My intention is just to start making things, and as those plans come together, if I find myself in that, The Exorcist Deceiver director's chair, I'd be thrilled, Green told the Hollywood Reporter. But right now, I'm navigating it from a story perspective and looking at my realities of life as I pivot. It doesn't really, because it says he wants to focus on nutcrackers. So I'm wondering if money was I'm not sure, because I was wondering, because it doesn't go in depth about it, so I'm wondering what the real reason why he left. But as I was asking, have any of you guys seen 28 Weeks Later? Ozzy Walks, what's up? Heather Salvatore, thank you for being a member of the Wolfpack for 8 months. Slow down, no worries. Read slow. Thank you. I feel like I'm a little ADD-ish today. Chris Barber goes, haven't seen the new Exorcist yet. I have been told that it sucks. You know what, to be honest with you, it wasn't that bad. I was saying, I was expecting it to suck, and it wasn't that bad at all. It wasn't. The only reason why I was expecting it to suck was because, like I was saying, Halloween Ends ended up being a disaster. so I wasn't expecting much out of Exorcist, and I think because my uh my expectations were low, uh I didn't have high expectations for it, so it didn't matter. Ozzy goes, just finished editing a video. Time to chill now. Enjoy my Sunday afternoon. Super cool. Ozzy, has it been a hot summer for you over there? Chris Barber goes, it's been years since I saw the 28 Days movie. It's been a while since I've seen it as well, but it's one of my favorites. I need to revisit it. The chat died. All right, I got a few articles. I'm pretty much just doing Ghost in the News today. I also have a video. I kind of contorted with the movie news, which I kind of wanted to do, so it kind of worked out. Ozzy goes, it's a perfect summer at the moment. Perfect beach days at 80. Oh, that is awesome weather. Heather Salvatore, my favorite at the end with the dude and the plant. And I have this crazy video I want to show you. You know what? I might just start with it first. Why not? This video, I was winding down, and it's on Instagram, because I'm more of like those Instagram shorts, I guess you call them. And what? Oh! All right. So, backstory of this video, I was scrolling, and I was like, damn, soul left my body. What is this? So I started watching this. Hopefully you guys can see it. Yes, you guys can see it. It's kind of small. I don't think I can make it any bigger, but turn the sound up.
Sí, porque parece que mi perro está viendo fantasmas. Son las 3 de la mañana y vivo solo. O sea, ¿a quién estás mirando? ¿Hay alguien ahí?
You know why that made me jump, guys? None of these ever make me jump. The only reason, and I will play it again for you, is because I was paying attention to the Spanish. Because my Spanish isn't that great, so I was like, what is he saying? And that thing, I literally jumped out of my seat. I was so mad. And I was like, I gotta share this one. It's because I was paying attention to what the guy. Now I realize why I jumped so bad. I was paying attention to. I was like, "What is he saying? 3 a.m. What?" So I'm gonna play it again for you guys. I had to share it. Hold on, let me see if it'll.
Vale, ¿alguien me puede decir por qué parece que mi perro está viendo fantasmas? Son las 3 de la mañana y vivo solo. O sea, ¿a quién estás mirando? ¿Hay alguien ahí?
I literally did
¿Alguien
that.
me puede decir por qué parece que mi perro está viendo fantasmas? Son las 3 de la mañana y vivo...
He's saying like 3 a.m. and we live alone. I don't know all of it because my Spanish isn't that great. So I was like this trying. I was like, okay, 3 a.m. What are you doing? I'm living alone or something like that. Don't quote me because my Spanish isn't that great. So what are you looking at? And then boom, I was like, what the? I had to share it. Sorry, guys. I thought that was a good one because those don't ever get me to jump. But because I was paying attention to what the guy was saying, I wasn't paying attention to what was going on, and I literally went like this. And I was like, "Oh!" Made me so mad at the same time because I don't jump at those ever. So I hope you liked my little jump scare. Cheryl goes, "That made me laugh." Guys, what did you think of my jump scare? Diane goes, he did. No lie. And it got me good. Cause I was not, I'm usually, like I said, I'm very good. I don't usually jump at those because I know I'm like, something's coming, something's coming. But because it was in Spanish and I was so intent of understanding what he was saying, I wasn't paying attention. Cheryl King, the look I know, he's like, and then he was like, that was a good one. Chris Berger goes, I must be tired because I didn't have any reaction. Matthew, what's up? Skeleducky sighting. Diane goes, that was the plan. Exactly. They were trying to draw us in no matter if we understood Spanish or not. Hey, I got Chris was just looking at the puppy. I was too. I was like, what is the dog looking at? And then Cheryl goes, some of them get me good. They usually don't get me at all. That's why I had to share this one. Cause I literally was like, but hey, that is my jump scare of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. On with the regular. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna look for some more for upcoming streams. All right, we got a man discovering an eerie ghost, an accidental photo at ancient castle, and this is from the Lad Bible. If I can find it. So it goes, historical sites see swarms of visitors throughout the year, some who want to know more about the past and others who are looking for the unknown. But what happens when the unknown finds you? An unsuspecting person decides to take a trip in 2009 to the old Oxford Castle, which was also used as a prison in the 18th and 19th centuries. With more than 1,000 years of history, there's no surprise some of that history could lead to some paranormal happenings in the modern world. Oxford Castle was originally built by Robert de Ollie, who was a friend of the infamous William the Conqueror. It has been known to have housed many types of people throughout its history, such as kings, sheriffs, and convicts. Used as a prison for 900 years, it was what? Look at this ad's making me jump. It was subsequently cut off from the rest of the city until it was brought and developed as a public visitor site in 2016. However, a Redditor soon discovered that it didn't just house lords and the leery, it also held ghosts. Thank you, Ozzy, for dropping by. Writing in the subreddit R Ghost, users at Lujru detailed his creepy experiences in the castle. I took the spooky photo way back in 2009 during a visit with my family to Oxford Castle Prison. I actually look at this ghost one in Reddit quite often. The photo was an accidental, unintentional shot taken on my digital camera while we were climbing back down the stairs from a tower. The photo, a creepy figure hidden just out of view from visitors. They continued, it appears to show a cloaked figure, white dress, in a doorway. The spooky bit is that I am quite certain that the room was completely empty with no white dress, as me and my cousin poked our heads in the doorway during the climb up the tower. The user only noticed the picture after taking a look back at what they had captured on their trip and found the scary image. But this is where it gets strange. Apparently, there is commonly seen ghosts at the castle of Empress Matilda, who is said to have been draped in a white cloaked robe, they theorized. Empress Matilda was a real person and the daughter of King Henry I. She was due to become the first queen of England after her father fought to gain her loyalty. But in 1135, the king died suddenly and Matilda fought with her male cousin Stephen of Blows, or yeah, that does not sound right, who contested her right to the throne, naming himself the true successor. During their fight for the crown, the empress found herself besieged at Oxford Castle during the winter of 1142 and needed to escape. It was there in December, wrapped in a heavy white cloak, she was lowered from the walls of the castle to sneak past enemy lines. So, it could well have been Empress Matilda in the picture. However, the user did come up with the theory that the castle's ghost tours could be the culprit as staff dress up as a characters during the night. But he didn't see any other costumes on display or staff dressed in character during our trip, which was in the middle of the day. Commenters came through with their own ghost stories, and others immediately shut it down, though it's the similarity between the Redditor's photo and depictions of the Empress that is really creepy. So this is the said photo that the Redditor caught. So what do you guys think this could be Matilda, or do you think, because they did mention that the tour guide sometimes dresses up in that area? Heather, whatever goes, the ghost dress up in the staff's clothes? So do you think he caught the ghost of Matilda trying to escape the castle walls? Or is it a tour guest or tour guide dressed up in garb? Diane goes, jump scare of the night should be a stream regular. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to start looking for them. Chris Barber goes, looks like a white dress to me. Heather whatever goes, maybe something there. It's kind of, he did say it was taken with a digital camera. So, I mean, it's kind of fog light. It's not it doesn't I mean, it looks like a person, but it doesn't look like a person. Cheryl goes, "Might be something there." Heather, whatever goes, "Doesn't look altered." I'm agreeing with you, Heather, whatever, it doesn't. Diane saying tour guides get you. I mean, I guess for more they should have posted what the tour guides wore as a comparison. Matthew goes, "Looks like whatever is wearing a cloak." Tyranna goes, "It looks like kind of looks like someone." Heather Salvatore says it's a skid mark. It kind of does look like someone, but at the same time it looks it looks solid, but it doesn't look solid. But then again, I'm not sure if he might have been using a flash. Yeah, he was using a flash because there's a little bit of a reflection there. But I feel like that could be possibly a sighting. But I don't have a comparison of what the tour guide, like a photo of what the tour guide wore. So, or wears, I should say. Heather, whatever going seen through. Yeah, it doesn't look solid. It's solid, but not. So that's what kind of makes me think, like, even if you would say the little, like the chin coming out of the cloak, it doesn't look, kind of looks see through-ish, but it's not. Or maybe it's just me wanting it to be a ghostly figure. But with the history of the building. Osiris, what's up? Heather Salvatore says Capone says it looks like a skid mark. What's up, Capone? Mocha agrees. What's up, Mocha? I love dogs. I had dogs growing up. I kind of miss having a dog. I have cats now. I like all animals though. Animals are so precious. I don't know what I would do without them. Cheryl King goes, "It is see-throughish." It is. That's what makes me believe. Diane goes, "But I kind of, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. They need something for the tourists to get excited about." Chris goes, "I'll send you mine." True, because Diane, I kind of agree with you on that one, because obviously the history, there's something about Matilda. So to get people to come and pay for tours, they got to add a little, a little something, something, you know what I mean? So it's kind of 50-50 when it comes to those. And then, like I said, like I've always said, like with technology, it's kind of hard to pinpoint unless you were actually there taking the picture or seeing it with your own eyes. Thank you, D Nice, for your PayPal. Let's go, you rock. Hearts for D Nice, and thank you, Heather, whatever, for your PayPal. You're great. Thank you, guys. Hearts for Heather, whatever, and D Nice. I hope you're having a safe trip home, D Nice. And thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. And I miss you in the chat, D Nice. If you're out there listening. Heather, whatever, saying be safe, D Nice. I'm not much. I like aliens, but I'm more of a believer in the paranormal. And if you have been following for a while, you know that. But I did find this article in the New York Post. I believe Lewis had mentioned it. Um, but I want to touch base on some of our alien counterparts because I am fascinated by them. I just need a little more proof. Matthew goes, may the safe be with you, D Nice. I like that one, Matthew. So this one's from the New York Post, and it says 10-foot tall strange being seen traveling Brazilian island as alien rumors swirl. Maybe even aliens need a tropical vacation. New videos show two giant human-like creatures strolling along the foothills of a small Brazilian island in what some believe is proof aliens are visiting Earth. They're taking a vacation, guys. One of the 10-foot tall beings appears to take in the sights of Laha do Mel, an island 2 miles off the coast of southeast Brazil, as another stands closely behind. The footage shows they stand confidently on the top of the hill, which locals say is difficult to reach with the shrubbery barely reaching their knees. The pair could be seen swinging their arms in an eerily human like manner, but not enough to convince eyewitnesses that they weren't watching aliens. It is too big to be a person, one person says in the video, according to translation by JB Littoral. Look at the way he moves. It's really weird. Look at the size of those pasts. It's very fast, answers another. The video generated even more traction once it made the way onto social media, which has blown up just days earlier after Floridians similarly claimed that the 10-foot tall aliens had been strolling through a Miami mall. Hey, they needed some shoes. For me, it's enough to see the speed with which the creature goes down the hill. Anyone who has done trails on hills like this knows that you don't go down a hill like this in 1 to 2 minutes, one Instagram user wrote. The way they move reminds me a lot of the Men in Black critters, said another. One wrote, one thing I do know, I will never step there again. Other, more skeptical users threw in their 2 cents, claiming the creepy video was likely just a result of forced perspective. True. Even the Brazilian government joined in on the fun, though they notably did not confirm whether the giants were tourists from another country or another planet. What is surreal what happened on Dumel. Great summer at Paranan is another story, and even strange beings came to check it out. The state government of Paraná wrote on X. Is there a video for this? Oh, I don't know if it. There's an ad. Hold on, guys. There's 2 ads. Well, anyways, this is what the beans look like. So, do you think they're basically saying that as they were coming down the hill, it took them 1 to 2 minutes, and it's heavy shrubbery, so no one can walk down that hill. And another one says it's forced perspective. What do you guys think? Do you think it's visitors taking a vacation in Brazil from an otherworldly planet, or do you think it's actual just regular people just and our eyes are playing tricks on us? Matthew goes, the little point in front of it doesn't look more than 2 feet tall, and it doesn't look more than 6 feet tall. Diane goes, so even the aliens go to the island for a retreat. Heather, whatever goes, run on top. I don't know, no fanny packs. Matthew goes, looks more like that's kind of what it looks like to me. Like, you know how like there's weeds or I agree with you, Matthew. Cheryl does not think it's aliens. Heather, whatever, it's shrubbery to ants. True. Tyrana goes, not sure what to believe. I think why there's so many alien sightings all of a sudden, because I think people just want to believe. They want to believe that we're not alone, which I'm the same thing. I do believe that there has to be life on other planets. Them coming here is a little, but I don't blame them because they're just being curious. We'd probably do the same thing if we had the technology to go outside of this solar system. So, but they're probably just vacationing like we would too. As long as we're not the food. Sorry, that's my favorite Twilight Zone episode, To Serve Man. Chris Barber goes, did the Italian basketball player give proof that it was him? It could be him. Isn't there another guy that's like super tall too? It could just be some super tall dude too. Diane goes, Scotch broom is only knee high. Let's see. It's telling us all to buy a Subaru. Hold on, let me let this see. Because now I'm curious. I want to see what the video is. Oh no, I can't put this. Oh, here.
Só não vem à noite. Mano, pior que mexe esquisito demais. Parece samba de areia daquele lance índio. Essas bolas tá grande. Movimento índio, arco e flecha.
Oh, somebody just started recording.
Ó, ele tá no meio do morro. Olha ele ali, olha ele no meio do morro.
Ele vai ser camufladão, velho.
A gente tá 1,5 km
Where did the other
Olha
one
só, ele tá
go?
descendo agora. Tá descendo. Cara, menos de 1 minuto. Olha só. Tudo isso.
Não, gente, vamos lá, mãe. Vamos lá.
Não, olha lá. Como que se fosse um macaco? Tá conseguindo ver ele ainda?
Aham.
Em direção a essa pedra aqui.
Tá no zoom máximo aqui.
Like, what happened to the other one? Matthew goes, that would be a no Buru. Chris Barber said the Italian dude said that it was him, but I haven't seen any proof yet. Heather Salvatore says could be one of those waves air thing. A waves air thing. Cheryl King goes, where did he go? I know there was 2 of them, and then the guy pans over to the one to the right, and then the other one disappeared. So it's like, where did he go? That's crazy. But apparently, yeah, because this one disappeared. Matthew goes, as in no buying a Subaru. It wanted us to lease it for $350 a month, Matthew. Gotta love the ads. Unless that was just the bean and this is something that just happens to be on the hilltop and we think it's another bean. Oh, maybe it is just him. I thought this one was one too, to the right. But he disappeared and they're like just talking. But it doesn't show the part of him going down the hill. That's what I wanted to see. I'm kind of disappointed with that video. To me, it actually looked like a person on a phone. I don't know about you guys. Because it does. It looks like someone looking on their phone. Like this. They're like, darn it, I have no signal. Matthew goes, that video just looks like a normal human standing around and not 10 foot. They're just misjudging by the angle of where the person filming is. Cheryl King goes, same here. I wanted to see how quick it was too. But they didn't show him going down the hill. I agree with you, Matthew, because it kind of that picture that they were showing, it kind of just looks like a person looking at their cell phone. Matthew goes, look like they had their hand on their hip drinking water. Chris goes, did he get beamed up? Beam me up, Scotty. Like he didn't show the Diane goes, if they don't show it, makes you think they are disguising it, or maybe the New York Post, that was all they were able to get. But I would think they would have found some more or like a better video. But to me, it kind of just looks like a regular person hiking. But if I saw it going down the hill, maybe it would have changed my perspective of it. But just of what I saw, it just looks like a person. Joanne, what's up? Tyrana thinks she sees the duck. Just remind me, guys, before I end the stream, and I will reveal its location. Gene Rick, what's up? That too, Heather Salvatore. Crappy video. It is. Heather, whatever, it doesn't look like it's thin like aliens. True. It looks like someone that has like, like a sweater on. Hiking. Enjoying the view. And unsuspecting to them, they were mistaken as 10-foot aliens. Thank you, Gene Rick, reminding everyone not to forget to smash the like button if you haven't done so already. Matthew goes, well, if the guy is Italian in Brazil, he would be in a way an alien. True. Very true. Very true, Matthew. Very true indeed. Heather, whatever goes, if lots of aliens showed up, I would get jumpy, though. I know. What if there was like 20 people standing on that ridge? Thank you, Bernadette. All right, guys. The next one is from Lad Bible again. And this one... Thank you, Miles. Cheryl goes, if I saw 20, I would believe. Same here. If I saw a group, I'd be more, I would be more, I think, more open to it. Wait, D, what's up? I'm glad you made it. Nothing wrong with a good nap. I take those every once in a while. Lately, I've been needing them. Work has been driving me nuts. So this article is from Lad Bible as well, and it's a terrifying footage appears to show a ghost soldier running across the road at Gettysburg. Some people claim that ghosts aren't real, but this video may leave you thinking otherwise. The chilling video appears to show two apparitions running across the road at the famed Civil War battle site in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The sinister footage was shot by Greg Yulin, a store manager from New Jersey who was visiting the historic battleground with his daughters and two of his uncles. He said, "We just went there as tourists to learn more about the history of the Civil War and see the old battlegrounds where the Gettysburg Address was given and all that stuff. We were driving along one night and we started hearing noises. I heard things to the left and my uncle heard things to the right, and there was a fog, but the fog was weird. It was only in one patch, not dispersed. Then we saw the shapes moving in darkness. They were the size of humans. One of them ran right through the cannon." Greg went on, "It was weird. It was scary. It was crazy. My uncle got so scared he rolled up the windows. We went back and watched the video over and over again, and then we blew them up on the big screen to get a closer look. That made us even more freaked out. It was really exciting, but I also got the strange, ominous feeling like something was telling me to go back there. I couldn't go to sleep, but I was creeped out, so I didn't go." The brutal battle of Gettysburg was fought between Union and Confederate forces during the American Civil War in July of 1863. It is estimated that between 46,000 and 51,000 people and 5,000 horses died in the 3-day bloodbath, with many more seriously wounded. Many injured soldiers were left bleeding in agony on the battlefield while the fighting continued to rage around them. Many more soldiers perished in makeshift triage units that had been assembled on the periphery of the site. Greg said, "I've heard people say you can catch videos of ghosts around there, but we were so skeptical until that night. I always question the validity of those ghost videos you see on TV. I was pretty disbelieving. I believe everything now. The battle site has become a popular tourist attraction and has been dubbed as one of the most haunted places in America." So there is a video. Okay, now I have one, which is kind of hilarious. They're advertising a Frost Buddy. All right, hold the camera still. It looked like something moved to the left, but he moved the camera. Heather, whatever goes. It's Gettysburg, Wendy. Heather Salvatore goes anti Edom is scarier. Heather, whatever goes, wow, I saw something. Heather, whatever goes, I saw something not cross the road on the right side past Cannons. Chris Barber goes, whatever it was fast. There was something there, Cheryl King says. Heather Salvatore goes, go there, you can feel it. Matthew goes, LG has a transparent TV. You could see through the other side to see the wall behind the TV. A roll-up screen behind it goes up and down for the black background. I think right now isn't, it might be over, but they had the Consumer Electronics. I think it was this week where they introduced all the new gadgets. Chris Barber goes, I don't think I live too far from Gettysburg. Heather, whatever goes, I heard it's big in terms of sightings. Matthew, I saw that too. I saw nothing but some spot on their windshield whenever they moved the camera. Diane goes, play it again. Matthew goes, yes. Daniel Miles, what's up? Love that stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to play it again. Hopefully it plays the right... Well, now there's another Frost Buddy ad. It sounds so peaceful there. I still don't see anything. It's the guys, there's a water, like dew on the guy's windshield, and it's driving me nuts. I agree, Ozzy. Heather Salvatore, you have to go there to feel it. Daniel Miles, electronic gadgets right up my alley. Heather, whatever goes right there, saw it again, comes out behind the end of those things next to the road. Matthew goes, just looks like pixelation. There's like dew on the guy's windshield. So when he moves, it kind of looks like something's moving. But it sounds, when the guy opens the door to his car, it sounds so peaceful there. Heather, whatever goes, watch again. Almost fart noise. Look on the right. All right. Okay. Well, I'll do this again. After the Frost Buddy ad. No, Heather, whatever. I think it's what's on his windshield. Cheryl, what's up? Kyle, what's up? I see goes raindrops on the windows. I agree that. 2. Diana goes, it kind of does, but he's got like this water droplet or whatever it is on his windshield, and it's annoying. SLF, what's up? Or SFL, what's up? I think I said it backwards. Nerd Report in the house. Gunner Girl say make sure you hit that like button. Daniel saw some. I did too, but it's like I was telling you guys, there's like this water condensation on his windshield, and then I think the light reflecting off of it that makes it look like there's something. Cheryl's asking Nerd Report to do a dance. Diane goes, it jumped around the wheels behind him. You know what, guys? I will play it one more time. What's up, Sovereign Cosmic Wild Man? SLF, I talk about all things horror, so all things spooky right now. This gentleman went on vacation to Gettysburg, and he claims that he caught something in his video, and we're trying to debunk it at the moment. There are some people that have seen something in this video, but I still think it's something on the guy's windshield, but I am going to play it again because I still think it's something on his windshield. Because he has like this condensation, like right. Thank you, Shelly, for your super sticker. Hearts for Shelly, guys. I still think it's something on his windshield. Thank you, Shelly. You're awesome. Chris Barber goes, I think it might be on the same here. I think it's first of all, the video is pixelated. Second of all, there's like this dew condensation on his windshield that's driving me nuts. And then I think it's also reflecting off the light. So that's what I'm thinking it is. I don't know because they don't specifically point out what they see. They're just like, oh, here's the video. Wendy goes, you could see the circular on the windshield. I think it's glare, condensation on the windshield, and then pixelated, kind of bad video in a way too. Kyle does not see anything. Diane goes, it comes from the right in the grass and goes in a straight line to the left. My drops don't go in a line like that. SLF goes, something moved behind the cannon. I keep looking and I don't see anything. All right, go. Well, I'm going to play it one more time because I still think it's his windshield. Every time I look at it. All right, let me play it again. Cause I still don't see anything. Heather, whatever goes, looks sneaky to me. Chris Barber goes, nothing definitive. Tyrana goes, I agree, there's a glare and a white spot on the windshield. Heather, whatever goes, it looks like a Scooby-Doo ghost. Wendy goes, anyone afraid when it's dark? Matthew goes, on my 55-inch TV, I still see nothing. Brandon, what's up? Heather Salvatore goes, I see it might be a deer. Diane sees it again. I must be blind. Ivan was intently looking. That's what I was looking at. I was like staring at the grass, Diane, and I still don't see anything. Daniel goes, I walked with 4 deer tonight. Heather Salvatore goes, my RV is a 70-inch. I still don't see that one. I'm gonna leave it 50-50. I'm gonna leave it that some of us believe. SLF goes, you see something closer to the ground, jet out, more likely a small animal. I'm going to leave it 50-50. I'm going to say some of us see something, and myself, I do not see anything. So, and I agree with some of y'all that it could be an animal too as well, because it's nice and peaceful over there. Heather, whatever, even agrees with SFL. That it could be a small animal, because she goes, it's hiding and it goes fast. Diane goes, I've got my strong spectacles. Mine must be weak because I can't see anything. No way. Heather Salvatore goes, Capone has killed 3 moles, 1 bunny, and almost took out a buck. Dang. What kind of dog is Capone? Kyle wants to believe, but still doesn't see anything. Yeah, I don't see it. I want to, because it's Gettysburg. Come on. Who wouldn't believe that something's there? Something has to be there. SFL, welcome. something has to be there. I don't dismiss the possibility that Gettysburg is haunted. Because a lot of things happen there. And a lot of people lost their lives there. So I wouldn't dismiss that there was something people have caught things on video or in picture there or have heard things. I would like to go there one day, to be honest with you. And I got a little of you know how I like to talk about Zach Bagans' The Haunted Museum? When he goes, yes, Lisa, energy remains. Diane goes, it's like it slinks down low in the grass, then stands up as he goes behind and around the wheels. It could be a small animal like a rabbit or something. And I hope to go to the Haunted Museum in Vegas one day. But apparently someone visited the Haunted Museum and they fainted. So this is from TMZ. And it goes, Zach Bagans' haunted doll makes guest faint. Video of chilling encounter. There better be a video. Forget Chucky, Annabelle, and even Megan. Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum is home to a doll apparently so possessed a man passed out cold after coming face to face with it. The Ghost Adventures star tells TMZ that upon looking into the eyes of Lily the doll during a recent visit to the museum, which is kind of funny because I think I have a Lily the doll in my Amazon wish list. I think that's her name. During a recent visit to the museum, the man fainted and bashed his head on the display stand, and we've got the chilling moment on camera, which I will play. Hopefully it's a good video. After I read the article, Zach says the man received medical attention after regaining consciousness and was okay, although disturbingly, he wouldn't speak to anyone afterward, let alone even look at any of the museum staff. So I believe this is Lily. She looks pretty cool. An Oregon-based antiques dealer first found Lily under an old steamer trunk and took it back to his store, where he immediately began having nightmares about a little girl dying a violent death. Later, when a young girl visited the store, she told her mother she had a convo with the girl inside of Lily, who said she died in a scary way. That doll is so cool. I like creepy looking dolls. Zach traveled to the shop to investigate, and when the woman working behind the counter took Lily down from the shelf, she immediately doubled over with abdominal pain, chanting, "I must wash my hands," repeatedly. That was enough for Zach to put her up on display at his infamous Las Vegas museum, where she clearly continuing her delightful reign of terror. Lily is a super cool doll, not like the one that's on my Amazon wish list. She's cool too. Daniel goes, a weird stance for a doll. Heather whatever goes, pretty doll. Yeah, it is kind of like a weird stance for a doll, but maybe however they have it propped up. And she doesn't look very happy, but she looks cool. Kyle goes, I feel I've heard of this doll. Matthew goes, or more like he overexerted himself prior to seeing it because he heard of the stuff there. True. So apparently there's a video. But first, a Frostbuddy ad. Holy crap, he hit the display that the doll was on. I think he did because it moved. You do see him drop, though. Diane goes, we were brought to you by Frost Buddy tonight. I own like 3 of them. No, actually, I'm not sponsored by, but they do keep your, if you like iced coffee and you don't like drink them right away, they do keep them cold and the ice does not melt. So that's a plus. That's what I like because I don't tend to drink my coffees right away. So, so that might be why we're seeing a Frost Buddy commercial. Cheryl King goes, maybe he has something wrong with him. I think I'm with Matthew. Maybe he got a little, sometimes you could get super excited and maybe he overexerted himself and it caused him to pass out. Maybe it's not necessarily the doll, but they do say there's people that have passed out, but not with that doll, but it's with another room because he has a Kevorkian room where he has the actual van that Kevorkian performed his deeds. They said that someone also fainted in there and passed out. So it could just be excitement, and then then also, well, it's not hot now, but I'm not sure when the other passing out happened. If it was in the summertime, then I could probably believe like maybe the heat got to him or something. SLF, thank you for the super chat. This show's interesting. Thank you, SFL. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hearts for SFL, guys. Cheryl King goes with Dinky Dink. But they do make you sign a waiver before you enter his museum. So he's not liable for anything that may happen to you inside the museum. So maybe he was thinking that's what he was thinking when he was signing the waiver, and that got him all nervous and anxious. That can happen too. But I hope to go there one day. It is in Vegas, so not too far for me. Every time in Vegas, though, I don't go. I do other things. I think it's because you can't film in there. Like, he doesn't allow you to film or anything in there. And I was like, dude, if I go, I want to share it with y'all. Wendy Marino goes, waivers make you go. Waivers also bring hype to the building because that's what people are like, oh my God, I have to sign a waiver. Okay. Like, what's really going on? Jonathan, what's up? I'm not really into the Scientology thing, but I noticed that Lewis has been going over there, and he has mentioned Xenu. So I decided to look it up because I've heard of it, but I know a little bit about Scientology, but I didn't know about Xenu, so I was like, hey, let's look it up. Cheryl goes, I wouldn't go if I can't film. That's kind of the reason why I haven't gone, but I would love to go. Heather Whatever goes, first waiver I saw was to see Night of the Living Dead. So I decided to look up Xenu. Just knowledge. I like looking up things just so I know, like, if someone mentions things. I guess they're not allowed to see Xenu, is what I heard. And Scientology was created by Ron L. Hubbard, who was like a science fiction writer, if I'm not mistaken. Wendy goes, Lisa by candlelight and an iPad. That sounds cool. Oh, okay, Heather, whatever. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. They don't do that. They don't do that too much for movies, though, to sign a waiver. Unless you're seeing that they do that though. They make you sign a waiver if you're seeing like unreleased trailers. Because I know when we go to CinemaCon, we have to sign a waiver to not say anything until the what you call it is up. I can't think of what it is right now. So to continue with Xenu, this is from Learn Religions, because the other ones that I could find were from Wikipedia, and I kind of take Wikipedia as a grain of salt when it comes to their answers that they give. So Scientology's galactic overlord Xenu. So apparently they cannot say Xenu is what I heard. So I was like, okay, what is Xenu then? So what makes this thing it's kind of like, oh, thank you, Wendy Marino. It's kind of like with Harry Potter, he who must not be named. So the Church of Scientology, and this is kind of an old article, but it'll give the gist of it. The Church of Scientology accepts that intelligent life exists throughout the universe and has for millions of years. Xenu, a galactic overlord, features prominently in their mythology. Xenu's actions have direct influence on how humanity on Earth has developed. However, this information is available only to Scientologists of considerable rank, in line with their acceptance of revealing the truth as followers are properly prepared. Mythology of Xenu. 75 gazillion billion years ago, Xenu headed the Galactic Federation, which was an organization of 76 planets that had already existed for 20 million years. 20 gazillion million years. The planets were suffering a tremendous problem with overpopulation. Xenu's draconian solution to the matter was to gather large numbers of people, kill them, freeze their thetans or souls, and transport the frozen thetans to Earth, which they call, why does this sound like something out of Star Trek? Tigiak. The thetans were left in the vicinity of volcanoes, which were, in turn, destroyed in a series of nuclear explosions. Members of the Galactic Federation eventually rebelled against Xenu, fighting him for 6 years before he finally captured and imprisoned on a planet that today is barren desert. Within the mountain trap on this unnamed world, Xenu still lives. SFL, Tom Cruise gives millions to these people. He believes one day he will be their head leader. Jonathan goes, good day for toss the boiling water in the Martian air. Matthew Cover goes, South Park nailed it. Cheryl King goes, Tom Cruise has more money than brains. I believe that's why Katie Holmes left him. It was because of the Scientology thing. Wendy goes, go where no person has gone before. That's what it reminded me of. Because it was going this galactic federation. Heather Whatever goes, take us to your leader. I was like, oh my gosh. How the story of Xenu influences Scientology beliefs. The Theatans who were captured and exploded on Earth are the origins of body Theatans. Each human has his or her own Theatan, which Scientologists purify through auditing until a practitioner reaches a state of clear. While a clear's own Theatan is now free of destructive engrams, his physical form is still inhabited by body Theatans, clusters of these ancient executed Theatans. You know what I heard? I didn't know any of this about Scientology. The only thing I knew about Scientology is, or what, besides Tom Cruise, obviously, is that I don't know how true this is. This is just something I heard, and this was years ago. That Scientologists believe that their things in their blood, and that they have to. I don't know if have any of you guys heard this. I don't know if I read it somewhere or something, but this was years ago, that Scientology believe that something's in their blood and they have to go to saunas to expel it. I read that somewhere, or I heard it somewhere. I did not know all of this. Heather Whatever goes, they will have their own planet. And Heather Whatever also says, I don't want to be clear. This is crazy. Kyle says, don't say metachlorine. I will not, don't worry. Oh my God. Clears work with the body Theatans through a system similar to auditing, assisting the body Theatans to get past their own traumas, at which point they leave the clear's body. All body Theatans have to be so processed before a clear can reach the state of operating Theatan. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Thetan, sorry. Wherein one's Thetan is completely free of external limitations and can fully express its true potential, including operation outside of a physical body. Definitely something out of Star Trek. Cheryl King goes, they say we would believe in anything. What are they on? I mean, to be honest, to each his own. Like, I'm very open to religion. I am. I'm very open. I'm very open to, if you believe in this, to each his own. You know what I mean? I don't knock people for what they believe in. I don't. But this, now I kind of see why they say it's kind of it's kind of like a cult, to be honest with you. Diane goes, how can anyone devote their lives to a cult and believe this really amazes me? Same here. SFL, I watched the whole documentary about Scientology, and they are awful people who harass anyone that leaves their cult, park outside their house 24/7. What crazy is crazy does. I did watch, it was on YouTube. I happened to come across it. You guys can probably find it. It was like 60 Minutes in Australia, and it was a young couple. She grew up, like she was the niece or something of the leader of Scientology, and she grew up in that. And so she was talking about her experiences, about the school that they sent her to, and how she met her husband, and how they finally left, and the reason why they left, because I guess they were allowed to go to Australia, I think it was. Don't quote me. They were allowed to go somewhere where they were able to see the world, and that was like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. Wendy goes, if you don't realize it's a cult, it can happen. Definitely. Kyle goes, Hubbard was higher than Carl Sagan when he came up with this. Heather whatever goes, the head of Scientology's father snuck away. SFL. I watched Republic Atheists, and that is it a religion at all? Matthew goes, so Rise of Skywalker is actually brilliant and based the Palpatine plan was then rifling on this crap. Jonathan believes in a thing called love. I know I'm kind of going off topic, but hey, this is kind of out there and unexplainable, so I feel like this kind of goes with my spookiness and crazy stuff that I talk about. Public acknowledgement or denial of Xenu. Scientologists are not made aware of Xenu until they have reached a stage known as OT the third. Those who have not reached this rank frequently actively avoid any material that refers to Xenu, considering it improper and even dangerous to read them. Those who have reached the rank of OT-3 often publicly deny the existence of Xenu's myth, although this might be very understandable in the light of the idea that such knowledge is dangerous to the unprepared. The Church of Scientology has, however, effectively admitted to the mythology for many years. Excuse me. The church actively pursues legal action against those who attempt to publish Xenu-related material via copyright law. In order to claim copyright on a piece of material, however, one has to admit that the material does in fact exist and that they are the author of it. Whoa! So I guess the reason why they don't talk about it because they are not ranked OT-3. Jonathan goes, scary is an understatement. That is Xenu, ladies and gentlemen. Diane goes, it is spooky, can't find the world and their lives real. I feel like too they're sheltered from the world as well. So like what I had seen in that 60-minute on YouTube and how she spoke about her experience. She didn't realize that wasn't normal until she was able to like see the real world. So and she even said when she went to school it was like they had them work in the fields and it like there's a special school that they go to. They don't go to like a regular school. And I thought that was crazy. Heather whatever goes, we are discussing another's printed info. Educational. It is actually. I like learning about different things. Matthew goes, but it's a religious text, so it means they shouldn't be able to copyright that. No. Jonathan goes, all cults should be banished. That's the sad thing about those things, because people get lost in them. Matthew goes, the fact it's copyrighted shows it's fake. Heather whatever goes, wow, like those little foxes caged and seeing them run free for the first time was heartwarming. Exactly. It's something like that. Or I saw a video today of a horse that grew up in a pasture, but then was sent off to where they hadn't seen grass, or he hadn't seen grass since he was a baby. And they brought him back to the field and he was just running around and jumping. That's kind of how I take it like that. As you've known one thing all your life and all of a sudden you see like, wait a minute, we can't do that. Wait a minute, we can't do that. Like this isn't, so I kind of take it like that. But then they were harassed too. They were saying Crisco's just tax them. That would shut them down. I agree. They should. I agree. Cheryl goes, why can't they go out into the public? I have no idea. I'm guessing they do because you see him in recruiting, so they can. But I don't think they can, because they have to think the way that they talk about him on YouTube is like that's their life. Like they're 24/7. They're either recruiting and they sleep there too. Maybe not at the place that they're working, they'll sleep at it either. So they're like in don't quote me though, because I'm not 100% sure, but they're like this is what I'm thinking of why they don't get the interaction like we do, is because they're either working or they're sleeping. And where they sleep is not an outside source. It's still in a Scientology building. Heather Whatever goes, religion should be free, not guarded. I agree. Matthew goes, there was also the lab chimp seeing the sunlight for the first time and it was in awe of it. I love seeing those videos because you could see their joy in their face. Kyle goes, the Epsilon program in GT5 sums up the obscurity of Scientology terminology. Jonathan goes, they breed them as well. Diane goes, controlled and ignorant. Sometimes, though, some people, they just don't know any better. So, because if that's all they know. So I kind of get that. Like, it's like with some of these, I feel like with, maybe I'll use David Koresh as an example. Because I saw, I like watching those documentaries. That's kind of what the things I like to watch. A lot of times I feel like there's people that are looking for, a place to feel accepted, and then they find it and then they get lost in it. Yeah, brainwashed. I kind of agree. Like you get lost in it because you're trying to find something, and then for that something is within the cult or organization or whatever it may be, and then you get lost in it. I've seen the people SFL. I usually tend to like watch those documentaries, so I'm drawn to those. Jonathan, they tried to brainwash you? Rescue, I see some of the people in the chat, they're talking about rescues. Rescue animals are the way to go. And I'm a true believer on that. Because there's always an animal that deserves a home. Oh, Wendy, I heard beagles are wonderful dogs. I may start dwelling in a little. Maybe on my next stream, I'll talk a little. I'll find another article about Scientology. That was crazy what I just read there. Now I want to know what else. What else there is. Daniel, all my cats found us. That's usually how it is with cats or animals in general. Kyle goes, the Illuminati disavowed Scientology. Aw, Diane, I rescued my dog. She was abandoned. Chrissy, what's up? Hey, y'all from Wisconsin. When the air hurts your face, burr. How's it going, Chrissy? I think I will, Cheryl, because now I'm I mean, I would watch the videos and I'm like, what is, and then I find, but after reading that, I'm gonna see if I could see what else they, I'll add it with my spookiness toward the end, because that was kind of, and that is kind of interesting. Now I'm like getting a broader realization to it. Chrissy goes, minus 21 with wind chills. Whoa. I thought I was cold because I don't in Southern California, but that's cold. But I like the cold though. But that is cold. That is cold. I should be pointing that way. Matthew goes, heard Scientology is not allowed in Germany. Good, they learned their lesson from old jerk mustache. Yes. I like how you. Chrissy goes, and it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Whoa. Jonathan goes, minus 40 for us the same. It's that here now in Canada. I'll probably SLF. I'll probably do that for my next stream. I'll add a little, or because I want to know. I kind of want to see what else I could dig up. Because after reading that, I'm kind of curious now. I'll add it in with my spookiness. Oh, I saw her pictures, Diana. It looks like she's having fun. I'm just checking something, guys, real quick. All right, guys, I am going to open this portion to questions. You guys have any questions, feel free to ask. As I always do, I always open it up to questions, criticisms. It's cold. Chris Barber goes, I love winter. No, I don't. Tyranda go, okay, I will reveal the Skeleduck's location. Wendy, I got this on Amazon. And I saw it yesterday. I was like, oh, I haven't worn that beanie in a while. I'm going to wear it. I forgot I had it. You know, it's buried on a pile of beanies that I have. Okay, everyone's asking where the duck is. The duck is right there. You can see his eyeball. And thanks to D-Nice every stream, the skeleton duck, I move him and I hide him somewhere. Chris guessed right. Wendy goes sneaky placement. Lisa, I actually was going to cover. See, if you notice the skeleton's arm is going like this. I had it covered. I should have just left it covered. Yeah, Jonathan, there's a skeleton duck that I have that I hide in my background every stream. And I hit him right there this time. Heather, whatever goes, I saw the wrong eyeball, and thought no. Diane goes, yep, that's how I find it, the eyeball. Chrissy goes, I have a skeleton on my desk. Oh, that's cool. I have a bunch of skeletons. I collect them. And gnomes. Oh, that's cool. Chrissy, I don't think I have a skeleton frog. I have a skeleton like a spider. I have a skeleton wolf, which is in the other room. A snake. A wolf like skull kind of thing going on there. I just like skeletons. And skulls. Matthew goes, nice to Skelewolf. It's actually a wolf howling. It used to howl, but the batteries died on it, so it doesn't howl anymore. And the eyes would turn red. Chris goes, I have a couple skeleton frogs. That's cool. Heather, whatever goes, even spider skeletons give me the shivers. Chrissy goes, I picked him up a few years ago at Michael's. He is in his second vehicle now. I love frogs and skeletons, so that was a win-win. Oh, that is cool. That is super cool. I was trying to find another skeleton duck to get like a different style of skeleton duck, but they don't have them. They have like a weird look, like they have a rubber ducky that has the skeleton painted on it, and I was like, I already have one of those. Guys, keep the questions going. Any movies you're looking forward to this year? Nerd Report in the house. Saying support, Lisa. Jonathan's asking, what is my favorite snack? I like Doritos and popcorn. Oh, I know, Wendy. This movies are gonna kind of. I saw the trailer for, what was it, Abigail? It's like a horror, like a vampire film. It didn't look that impressive. Chris Barber goes, all movies this year are sequels. Heather Reddiver goes, cheese popcorn for Walmart. I usually get the I either get kettle corn or the salt popcorn. Cheryl goes, I haven't watched a good movie for ages. Thanksgiving is gonna come out on DVD. Hold on. I still have not seen Thanksgiving, Lewis. And I so want to see it. I love slasher films. It is going to be released. I think it's at the end of this month. It is going to be released on hard copy on January 30th. So if you guys, they're actually telling you don't, because I think a few movies are losing their rights on the streaming services. So even if you own it, you bought it and you own it in one of the streaming services, you'll lose it. So now they're saying that it's better to buy the actual physical copy. So Thanksgiving is coming out on January 30th, guys, for if you guys would like to see a awesome Eli Roth slasher film, which I am looking forward to. I still have yet to see it. Jonathan goes, that's why I'm a collector. I mean, I was buying digital for a while, but now I'm thinking it's better. Now it's time to go back to hard copy. which kind of sucks. Hold on, checking my camera because it keeps going off. Cheryl goes, not long to wait. We'll buy the DVD. Chris still buys DVDs. Matthew, yes, Best Buy is stupidly gay. I know, I heard of that. They're getting rid of their physical copies, but now I think people are going to start buying the physical copies. Kyle goes, physical media is and always will be the way for me. Heather Whatever goes, I have most action movies on DVD. Wendy goes, same here, Lisa, on the hard copies. I'm like that with my gaming. I've always been like that with my games. I never bought digital. There's only a few that would buy digital copies, but I've always had the hard actual copy. Jonathan goes, can still program a VCR like a pro, like a boss. Matthew goes, Walmart is getting Best Buy steelbook releases. Oh, cool. Brandon goes, DVDs will be like vinyls. I do have DVDs. I do. Bernadette, the Pinchy Duck, is right there. And guys, you didn't hear me say that. But hopefully YouTube knows. It is right there. I hit it with the skeletons. Chris just got a 4-disc set of The Matrix. That's super cool. Yvette, what is up? I have a whole collection of skeletons and critters, scorpion, spider, unicorn, teddy bear, frog, toad, raptor, alligator, octopus, a glow-in-the-dark. That is cool, Yvette. That is awesome. I have a glow-in-the-dark spider too, somewhere. And then, I got you guys can barely see it though. I got a face hugger ornament in the back. It's hanging, but you could barely see it. Which is super cool. It's way back there. I have to climb over my bike to get it. My ex. Yvette goes, I have over 600. Dang! I have a critter too. My critter's right there. He's hiding. It's one of those things that you find on Amazon. you you go on an Amazon rabbit hole and you go, "Oh, a critter?" So yes, I have a critter. Damn, Daniel, that's a awesome collection. I have 3,000 records on dang. That is an awesome collection. I don't own any vinyl, unfortunately. I used to when I was younger. I did. My parents had records, and I used to play them all the time. But I never collected vinyl. Kind of wish I kept those. Diane goes, I have a collection of tiles from everywhere I've visited, and people give me. Oh, that is cool too. I used to collect CDs, so I have like over 600 CDs. I used to be big on CDs, and then I stopped. That was my vice when I was younger, CDs and music. I still love music though. But music has always been a passion of mine. But lately I've been streaming, so Matthew, I did too. I went crazy with Columbia House. Wendy goes, music makes the world go round. I just love it. I like, especially when you're driving, put on the tunes and just drive. I think that's why I like driving, because I like listening to the tunes while I'm driving. Yvette goes, rats, piranhas, and crows. That's cool too. I think you beat me, Yvette, with skeletons. Daniel goes, Bruce Springsteen's first record album I ever had from Columbia House Records, 1 penny. I loved Columbia House. I went crazy. Same thing, Heather, whatever. For some odd reason, music like just gives me energy too. Thank you, Yvette. Love your critter. Daniel goes, that was my first record ever. My first was a CD. I was 12, and I was 12. I'm not, and it was a CD. It was about the time CDs were just coming out. I just aged myself, but who cares? And it was because I was big fan of Bryan Adams. So that was my first CD. And my first concert was Bryan Adams at the Greek Theater. I remember that one. Still would not mind seeing Bryan Adams live now. I would not mind, even though I know all his older hits. I don't know his newer ones. So when I follow him on Instagram, and I was like, what's that song? Daniel, yes, cuts like a knife. I remember I was so happy because he had So Far So Good. When that came out and I got it for Christmas. Listen, I still have all my CDs. Oh my god, listen to that and like crazy. And that's where I got it, Wendy Marino. That's why you said you walked to Kmart and got the 45s. It was a treat. That's where I got my Bryan Adams CD when there's still Kmart or Kmart's around. I like Summer 69 too. That's a great track. SFL, I just purchased a new cassette tape on Sinead O'Connor. Seems like many artists have their music on vinyl and cassette tapes now. Oh, cool. Kyle goes, Green Day's Dookie was my first CD when I was 10. Chris Barber goes, my first album was called Sound Explosions. It was one of those compilation albums from Off TV. Oh, cool. Do you remember that CD that goes, now that's what I call music? I have a bunch of those too. Chrissy goes, Green Day played a bar live in our town a few times when they were a baby band. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Life is a Highway. Heather, oh my God, I love cars. I have all the little cars too. I love that movie. Oh my God. I remember, like, what was it that where he comes across it? He goes, I'm not a Mack truck, stupid. I'm a Peterbilt. I love that. Oh my God, I love that movie. And I don't normally like animations, but I loved that movie, and I loved Monster Inc. Those were my two vices when it comes to animation. Matthew goes, I also got a music cassette from Coke that had new artists, including Pearl Jam, Alive. First, I remember hearing them. SFL is asking, has anyone ever heard of Carol Pope? Daniel used to install jukeboxes in Denver, Colorado, top 100 Billboard hits. I had a lot of CDs in Denver. Oh, that's cool. That sounds cool. Diane goes, my first was Jan and Dean. I got it at the grocery store when shopping with my mom. I think I was about 12 years old. And Daniel goes, inside the jukeboxes were Pioneer disc players with cartridges. I have never heard of Carol Pope. That is super cool. Guys, keep the questions going. We can continue talking about music. Heather, whatever goes, the second time I heard Hugh Wolf Totem, my dog howled along with it. I like their sound. What the heck? Why is my camera keeps going off? Matthew goes, remember when grocery stores had VHS tapes and players you could rent? I don't remember that. Kyle goes, scratch that. My first CD was an American artist mix that came with Genesis game Comic Zone. That is cool. Then I went on, what did I go to? I went from Bryan Adams to Jim Blossoms. Never saw Jim Blossoms live, but loved their music. Then went on to Everclear. I saw them live. Since we're going down a musical. Then was into like Blink 182, 311, Simple Plan, those type of bands. And then I went into heavier, which was Korn, Limp Bizkit, Godsmack, Five Finger Death Punch. But grew up listening to country and 50s and 60s because of my dad. So I like pretty much everything, except I'm not too big on hip hop. I like some rap, but it depends on who it is. Daniel Miles, I inherited all my mother's, kind of how it all started. Diane goes, the teenage radio show in Seattle was KJR. They used to have calling contests of who was better, Beatles or Beach Boys, would tie up all the phone lines in the city. Wendy goes, Lisa, I have all those CDs. Alternative was my jam. I like 90s alternative too. Chrissy goes, I recently found a Native American EDM group. They're amazing. The Hulusi Nation? Oh, that sounds cool, actually. Chris Barber goes, my crazy concert date of my youth started with Van Halen and Rush. Not bad, Chris. Those are pretty big to start off with. Matthew goes into the Beach Boys since when they got big. Or Beastie Boys, sorry. I can't read. Sabotage. That's the one I know of, Sabotage. Jonathan goes, everyone like hippity hop. Yes. And grunge. Chris goes, the 80s were the best. Matthew goes, I'm also into the Beach Boys too. I think as a kid I liked Ricky Nelson because I grew up 50s and 60s in country. So I liked Ricky Nelson. I had a tape of Ricky Nelson and I would play him over and over and over again. And I liked Bobby Darin. Splish Splash, I was taking a bath. I love Bobby Darin. I still do to this day. And then country, I liked Alan Jackson, Toby Keith, a little bit of George Strait, Jason Aldean. If you want to go a little newer, I like Jason Aldean too. I'm trying to think of who else I liked. Garth Brooks, Faith Hill. I loved Faith Hill. Daniel Goes concert in San Francisco, Tasmanian Devils, Tower of Power, and Jefferson Starship not playing. Free concert for everyone. Oh, that's cool. Matthew goes anything from the 50s to the early 2000s. Chrissy goes, the Hulusi Nation mixes electric with traditional native music, kind of like the Hue, but a different genre. Huh. I like the Hue because they added the Mongolian kind of element to it. So I'm gonna check that out actually, Chrissy. That sounds like a cool band group. Diane goes, my older sister would have 45 music play parties. Chrissy goes, Afro Man, crazy rap, never gets old. SFL, I met Sinead O'Connor in Toronto at Macy Hall and told her she should be an animal rights activist. I work in Toronto, but my home is in New York. Oh, cool. Daniel goes, I heard that Red Rocks for concerts was a blast. I heard that. I would love to go to Red Rocks one day. I will, Chrissy. I will definitely check it out. Let me write it down, actually, because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to be like, what was the name of it? So I can check them out. Because that does sound interesting. Chris is asking, does anyone remember the Osmond brothers? They sound familiar, Chris. Yvette with the 45 adapter. Daniel Miles goes Ozzy, Metallica, and Ugly Kid Joe at Red Rocks. Thank you, Chrissy. I got it. Diane goes, my first live concert was Elton John in 1970 at the Arena in Seattle. That's a good concert, too. Yeah, my first one was Bryan Adams. And then my second one was Everclear with Jimmy Chicken Shack. Jimmy Chicken Shack opened for Everclear. And at the time, I didn't like Jimmy Chicken Shack's music. So I was like, what is this? And then years later, I was like, oh my God, I used to hate Jimmy Chicken Shack and they're so awesome. And I think after Everclear, who did I see after that? Our Lady Peace was a big one. I used to go see them all. Eve 6. I've seen Blink 182. Korn. Stained opened up for Korn. It was before Stained was big. Saw Limp Bizkit, DMX, and Godsmack. And I think that's where, it was Eve 6 a lot. Went to Warped Tour once. And I think after that, I just stopped. SFL just started liking Led Zeppelin. Chrissy goes, I wanted to see Elton so bad that last concert go around. Sadly, I can't afford a ticket, although I did drop a little over $600 for 4 Metallica tickets. Wow. Wendy goes, Godsmack in Miami. Sully raised from the floor playing drums. Best show ever. Yes, Sully is amazing. It's funny, when I saw DMX, I became a bigger fan. I wasn't a super big fan of DMX, but when I saw him live, that's when I became a fan. I was like, there was one song I liked, and I'm pretty sure everyone likes the same one that I like. Chrissy goes, Stained is one of my all-time faves. I can't get enough of Aaron Lewis's voice. Love his music after he broke from metal. Well, the story behind that, he actually thought he had to be that way. And so that's why he started off that way. And then when, now he does country, believe it or not. Yvette goes, concert Arlo Guthrie. Jonathan goes, concerts are memories, good or bad, they stick. Very true. Diane goes, my second concert was Stevie Styles at the U of W Homecoming 1972. I also got to see what is the name of that band? It's a 90s band. I can't think of them right now. I brain throat, but I also got to see them too. Can't think. Watch, I'm gonna be thinking about this all night too. Daniel goes, men with hats. Flock of seagulls. Jonathan goes, hats mean status. Super cool, guys. We went on a musical journey. Frankie goes to Hollywood. Diane, go love the one you're with. B-52's SFL. Yes. The only one I know is Love Shack. Love Shack. Baby Love Shack. Sorry. What? Tin roof rusted. Wendy goes, fuel opened for Aerosmith. Tyler walked over a few rows of seating, was too high, but I remembered it. Ah. The things we were the parts of the songs we remember the most. Jonathan goes, glad I stumbled in here. Well, welcome, Jonathan. I do talk all things spooky, but toward the end we kind of just hang out. Matthew goes, I think I have the other B-52 album somewhere, Rock Lobster. I gotta name my alien. I still haven't had a name for this alien. Tickets are expensive nowadays. It's crazy. I think I have a coworker that went to, I think, 91 concerts last year. She went to 91 concerts and she listed every single one of them. I was like, dang. That's cool, though. She's having a good time. Kyle goes, one doesn't simply stumble into Grayson Report. It's funny because she had asked me, she always wanted to try because she's never been to like an electronics music festival. And I told her about it and she's like, oh, maybe I'll try it one day. And it was funny because she was showing the list of concerts that she went to, and one of them was Duck Sauce, which part of Duck Sauce, it's 8 tracks and Armand Van Helden, which is one of my favorite DJs. So she got to see one of my favorite DJs. Well, I got to see him too. And then she saw Purple Disco Machine, which is it's a house music DJ, which I haven't been able to see. And I was like, she kind of did see some house music, but I don't think she realized she did. Oh my God, Heather, whatever. I love that movie. I love those movies. I remember back in the day when they had those movies that had a wonderful soundtrack that went with it. Like, you like the soundtrack sometimes more than the movie. But no, that's cool. It's a DJ group made up of A-Track and Armand Van Helden, and they call themselves Duck Sauce. And they did a track called Barbra Streisand. Diane goes, after that kind of a blur, worked at the Seattle Center and got into the concerts at the Coliseum for free on my dinner breaks. Doobie Brothers, Eagles, and Duran Duran. Oh, that's super cool, Diane. Matthew goes, I have several Ozzy records too. A few Billy Idols. Got Prince Purple Rain that still has a poster in it. Oh, dang, cool. Yeah, Daniel, he's a DJ. He has bleach blonde hair like Armand Van Helden does. That's kind of what their thing is. Wendy goes, my first concert, Prince, 3 days, front row center, camped out at Ticketron for days, $20 per ticket. Dang! SFL says Allie the alien. Huh? Maybe. I might do that. I actually like that. Allie. Cause this one right, this one's Gary. Matthew goes, my first and only real concert, the Beach Boys, early 80s. That must have been amazing, Matthew. Wendy goes, Sheila E. was amazing. Worcester Centrum MA, super cool. Thank you, Jonathan. I love y'all. Mine, it was at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles. And then where have I been? I've been to the Palladium. I've been to the Viper Room before they tore it down. I remember, I forgot who I saw there, but I remember being there and I go, isn't this the way? Matthew goes, that concert was in Jacksonville, Florida. That's cool. Chris Barber goes, $8, 1982 Rush. That's when ticket prices were amazing. That's amazing, Chris. All right, guys, any last minute questions before I end this stream? Stay on for a few more minutes. Diane goes, my last concert was the first one at the new stadium, which has since been demolished. It was Peter Frampton. Huh. Heather, whatever goes, can you believe that? Wow, the Whiskey A Go-Go in Hollywood. I don't know if I've been to the Whiskey Go-Go. I might have been. SFL goes, Cyndi Lauper played at the World Pride Toronto and we got tons of great photos. Oh, that is cool. Okay, so far we're gonna keep a poll. So far we got Allie the alien for a name. So if you guys come up with one, post it in my Telegram. Or we could continue this on my next stream, which will be Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Brandon goes Xenu. And I'm going to delve a little into Scientology because now after reading that article, that was crazy. So I want to see what other things they talk about in their preaching, I guess you would say. Thank you, Tyranna. And I'll probably bring it. I'm gonna do the jump scare of the stream. I think I'm gonna make that permanent fixture to my streams. So I gotta start searching for some jump scares. Or jump scare of the night, however I want to call it. Thank you, Heather Whatever, for your PayPal. Fun time. Thanks. Hearts for Heather Whatever, guys. Hey mods, can one of you drop my Telegram? Because we're going to continue the after party on my Telegram. You and I care. What's up? Yvette votes for Allie. If you guys have Telegram, you could join my Telegram and we'll continue the after party over there. Matthew has to catch up on other videos. Alright, guys. I will see you on the next one. As I was saying, it's going to be on Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be there, be squared. I think I like Allie too, but I'll take a vote next stream. Guys, thank you for joining me. Welcome, SF and Jonathan. SFL and Jonathan. And I will see you guys on the next one. Good night, guys, and thank you. You guys were awesome. Enjoy talking about music tonight. All right, see you on the next one.